afternoon. Everyone here at the Bayou Playhouse would like to thank our guests, sponsors, and patrons. Because without you, well, we wouldn't have an audience, would we? With that being said, all we want for Christmas is you. Hit it! I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I don't need to hang my stocking there upon the fireplace. Santa Claus will make me happy with a toy on Christmas Day. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. You, baby. All the lights are shining so brightly everywhere. And the sound of children's laughter fills the air. And everyone is singing. I hear those sleigh bells ringing. Santa, won't you bring me the one I really need? Won't you please bring my baby to me? I don't want a lot for Christmas. This is all I'm asking for. I just want to see my baby standing right outside my door. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. All I want for Christmas is you, baby. All I want for Christmas is you, baby.
We're on the air in 3 minutes. 3 minutes. We're on the air in 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Places, everyone.
Thank you, 2 minutes. Susan, do you have the script revisions?
They're already in your script.
Thank you.
But Kev, we haven't heard.
Where in the dickens is Rock Karloff?
I don't know, Chief. Isn't he here?
No, he's not here yet. And don't call me Chief.
He doesn't come in until the Thibodaux sketch, so he's got time.
Oh.
It's okay.
No, it'll be just fine. Don't worry.
Well, it better. Tonight is not the night to have any problems. There's a lot riding on this show. A lot! Ah!
20 seconds. 20 seconds until air. Places, everyone.
You think Rock will show up?
I don't know. He's been pretty squirrely lately. Last night he said he had an epiphany.
Knowing Rock, that's the name of a new vodka.
And in 5, 4, 3, 2. You're listening to WBPH, Lockport, Louisiana. Join us now for our Christmas spectacular, Nights of Noel.
Coming to you live from the beautiful Bayou Playhouse in Lockport, Louisiana, WBPH brings you Nights of Noel, a celebration of the season featuring the brightest new musical stars of Louisiana, as well as our regular cast of characters. Mary Hatch, Rock Karloff, Susan Walker and Ralph Parker on the sound table, and yours truly, Kevin McAllister. Let's kick off tonight's show with a wonderful song of the season. Please welcome to the Bayou stage, the lovely Angela Jones.
Magnolia trees at night, sparkling bright, fields of cotton look wintry white, when it's Christmas time in New Orleans. A barefoot choir in prayer fills the air, Mississippi folks gathering there, 'cause it's Christmas time in New Orleans. You'll see a Dixieland Santa Claus leading the band to a good old Creole beat. Jolly with a spirit, you can only hear it down on Basin Street. Your cares will disappear when you hear hallelujah, St. Nicholas is here, when it's Christmas time in New Orleans. How many of you plan on spending time in New Orleans this season? Yeah? Oh yeah, I'm thinking about it this weekend so much, it makes me want to go tonight. Anybody up for going tonight? A stroll through the Hotel Roosevelt, right? The Roosevelt Hotel, down Royal Street, the sights and the sounds and the scents of the city. I'm telling you, there's no other place in this country, in this world, like Christmas in New Orleans, right? You'll see a Dixieland Santa Claus leading the band to a good old Creole beat. And jolly what a spirit, you can only hear it down on Basin Street. Your cares will disappear when you hear hallelujah, Santa Claus is here. When it's Christmas time in New Orleans. When it's Christmas time in New Orleans.
Angela Jones, ladies and gentlemen. Well, folks, it's another festive holiday season here in Louisiana, and I don't know about you, but my favorite part of Christmas is the delight on children's faces. There's nothing quite so heartwarming as the wide-eyed wonder in the eyes of a child experiencing the simple joys of the season.
Mr. Kevin!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Little Nell!
How you doing, Mr. Kevin?
Oh, just fine, Little Nell. Say, that's an awfully big book you've got there. Is that your Christmas homework?
Oh, no, Mr. Kevin. This is my letter to Santa. Hold on, I'll set it down on this table.
That's your letter to Santa? There must be over 100 pages there.
It's cross-reference. And besides, I've been awfully good this year.
Oh, you have you? How are you doing in school?
Oh, I'm the best. Yesterday, I was the only kid in class who could answer the teacher's question.
What was the question?
Who put gum in Annabelle's hair?
Now, Nell, that wasn't proper.
No, it was strawberry.
Now listen, aren't you worried that Santa is going to see you?
Santa?
Uh-huh.
See me?
Oh, yes. Santa is always watching, you know.
He is?
Yes. And he keeps the names of all the children in the world on either the nice list or the naughty list.
He does?
Mm-hmm. All the children on the nice list get presents under the tree on Christmas morning, while the naughty children only get coal in their stockings. Now, which list do you think you're on?
I demand a recount.
Well, you can't have one. Now look, you know you're on the naughty list. Why don't you do something nice and apologize to Annabelle?
Right now?
Yes, right now.
Okay. If you're listening, Annabelle, I apologize.
There now, don't you feel better that you've apologized to Annabelle?
No.
You don't? Why not?
Because it wasn't Annabelle. It was Echo Boutte, and she had it coming. Goodbye, Mr. Kevin.
Let's hear it for little Nell! And now, folks, singing the classic carol, What Child Is This?, accompanying herself on the piano, please welcome the beautiful Hannah Arceneaux.
What child is this you laid to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping, whom angels greet with anthems sweet, while shepherds watch are keeping. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him, Lord, the babe, the Son of Mary. So bring him incense, gold, and myrrh, compass and key to own him, the King of Kings, salvation brings. Let loving hearts enthrone him. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him, Lord, the babe, the Son of Mary. Praise this song on high. The mother sings her lullaby. Joy, joy, for Christ is born, the babe, the Son of Mary. The babe, the Son of Mary.
Tonight's holiday spectacular, Nights of Noel, is brought to you by Bollinger Shipyards. After 71 years, Bollinger Shipyards is still building quality vessels and ready to serve when vessels need repair. Whatever your need in the marine business, Bollinger has been the first to call for customers since 1946.
Not now, we're doing a commercial.
Bollinger is always looking for talented people who might want to join our team and our success. Put your hand down, Stacey. And a very Merry Christmas to all from the Bollinger family.
We will return to our holiday program in just a moment. You're listening to the Knights of Noel on WBPH Lockport. 3 minutes. 3 minutes for network.
McAllister! McAllister!
I'm right here.
Where's Rock Karloff? He hasn't shown up yet, and he's in the next sketch.
Okay, all right, for crying out loud. Susan, call Rock on the phone, see where he is. Where is Mary? Mary!
Stop shouting! I'm right here. Mr. Pierrick, this letter was just delivered for you. I think it's from Rock.
Well, what makes you say that?
It smells like cigars and regret.
Oh? Well, you go ahead and read it, Miss Hatch.
I don't want to. It's made my hand go numb just by holding it.
Oh, all right, give it to me, I'll read it. Dear Mr. Pierrick, I've been wanting to tell you something for quite some time, and now I can. Yesterday I was hired to star in the touring company, a Phantom of the Opera.
What's he playing, the chandelier?
Hold on, there's more.
Oh, good.
You may consider this letter my official resignation from WBPH effective immediately. And now
Go
that
on.
I'm no longer in your employ, I have some things to tell you. Okay.
Go on.
Well, he goes on for a while, wasting my talents, not worth my time. Why is this in crayon? Oh, here it is. He ends it by saying that you're a... Oh.
What does he say?
Let's just say he wishes you a happy Mother's Day.
Oh. This is all your fault, McAllister. You said you were going to take responsibility for Rock Karloff, and now look what we've got. And you've got us another fine mess. Well, if we're going to have to close the show, and you're all going to have to join him with Andrew, Lloyd, and Weber.
Now, what are we going to do? We've only got...
1 minute.
Think. Just think.
1 minute.
Oh,
Ralph!
Oh no, I've got all I can handle already.
Oh.
It's 45 seconds.
No, there's no other choice. You're gonna have to fill in for Rock tonight.
Me? I'm not an actor. I'm the station manager.
Yeah, you've been doing that act for 15 years. It's time to expand your repertoire. Look, we don't have any other choice. There's no one else to do it but you.
It'll be okay, Mr. Pierrick. We'll help. And once you start, it'll be like riding a bike.
I've never ridden a bike.
You've never ridden a
I've never ridden a bike.
No, when he was a child, that one big wheel in the front frightened him.
Thank you, McAllister. Thank you
There,
so much.
take Noel back there and get him ready. Noel, you're gonna be fantastic.
But I'm not an actor. I
You're
can't.
gonna be tonight.
No, but I can't do this.
Mr. Pierrick.
I can't do this. Ah! I'm so sorry. Are we on the air?
Mary!
Mr. Pierrick.
No, I can't.
It's fine. I'm not an actor. You're gonna be a treasure, Noel. Let's hope the audience doesn't bury us.
You're gonna put Noel in the show?
Yeah?
Ulcer that walks like a man?
Yeah?
With little Mary Sunshine, the oldest Boy Scout in captivity, and you, Paul's boring cousin?
What other choice do I have, Susan?
I just hope you know what you're doing.
Uh,
Call it, Ralph.
And we're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back to WBPH's Holiday Spectacular, Knights of Noel. We'd now like to welcome a very special guest to the show tonight. Some of you may have seen him here at the Bayou Playhouse. We're very fortunate to have him. He's a young impressionist up and coming on the scene. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Seth Robichaux. Now, Seth, you started here at Bayou Playhouse, isn't that correct?
Yes, I did about 5 years ago.
And you've done a lot of productions here.
Oh yes, I've done a lot.
How many of you have seen Seth on stage?
Really? You saw him on stage? I didn't see him. I don't know where
How
he
much
is.
are you paying those people?
Well, I need a pay.
Okay. Now, Seth right now is working on putting together a nightclub act for himself, and he's got a spectacular part that he does called The Leading Ladies of Hollywood. And you do how many impersonations?
Oh gosh, well I do everybody. I do Mae West, Barbara Streisand, Liza Minnelli, Joan Rivers, Katharine Hepburn. I do everybody.
Apparently so. Must
Yeah.
be very crowded up there.
It is. It's a lot. It's like a filing cabinet.
So for tonight's show, Seth has put together a special version of The Leading Ladies of Christmas. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the incredible talent of Seth Robichaux.
Alright, well, we're gonna say Frosty the Snowman, but start with somebody like Barbara Streisand. Here we go. Frosty the Snowman had a charming, happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman was a fairy tale, they say, but were they surprised, when one day he came to life, that very one day. Eliza, darling, there must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. I tell you, Mama had a hat, I think it was from all those doggone munchkins. Oh, goodness gracious. Catherine Hepburn. Well, Frosty the Snowman, well, really, well, he was alive as he could be, and the children say, well, he could laugh, well, he could play, well, I never really got to play as a child, you old poop. Julie Andrews. Oh, Frosty the Snowman, the sun was hot that day, so he said, let's run and we'll have some fun before I melt away. Mae West, so down to the village, with a broomstick and 0 Frosty's hand, a local man who could cling. He was running here, he was running everywhere, saying, catch me if you can, He ran them down right to that little old traffic cop. Oh, I love a good traffic cop, but you know they can never tell me to stop. I tell you something, it was a great time with that cop. Liza Minnelli. Oh, Johnny, Frosty, you like my backup boys, so they're so darling. Oh, you had to hurry on his way because he was gonna melt, Johnny. You know he was gonna melt. Poor Frosty. Oh, here we go. Oh, goodness. Frosty, go. Heels of snow. Terrific, Johnny. I love you. Thank you. Oh, I love you so much. Thank you, Mama. Oh, Johnny, I love you. Oh, good night, Johnny. Oh, good night. I love you.
And now it's time to pay another visit with our favorite family of the French Quarter, the Thibodaux. Brought to you tonight by the Bayou Folk Life and Heritage Museum, where you can take a trip along Bayou Lafourche in the year 1910.
When most of these gags were written.
The Bayou Folk Life and Heritage Museum, open Tuesdays through Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., just across Main Street from the beautiful Bayou Playhouse. Now let's join Kevin McAllister as Destiny, and Mary Hatch and Noel Pierrick as Penelope and Erasmus in the Thibodaux. Almost Christmas in the historic Vieux Carré, and Raz has been out all morning trying to find a tree he likes. Ever the frugal shopper, he's about to arrive home with a sad-looking tree to present to his long-suffering wife, Penny.
Oh, Raz, there you are! Blessed Mother of Mary Landry. What in the world is that?
It's our Christmas tree, darling. There. What do you think?
What do I think of what, dearie?
Of what? Well, this.
It looks like a broom handle in need of a shave.
Well, it does look a little bare, but the price was right.
Oh, how much did they pay you to take it away?
Well, they only charge. Well, don't think of it like that. Imagine it all painted white.
Painted white? Raz, no!
Well, sure, honey. They had dozens of trees painted all over that lot, all sorts of different colors.
Well, why didn't you just take one of those?
Then pay an extra $50 not on your tin type, missy. Well, I can do this all myself for practically nothing. Painted trees are all the rage.
Oh, they are certainly throwing me into one.
Mm-hmm.
Raz, I know the house needs painting, but not on the inside. Let's leave it the way it is.
No, Penny. We're going to have the latest thing for Christmas this year. Nothing's too good for my little wife.
After being married to you all these years, nothing's too awful for me either.
Oh, madam, you wound me. No, really, you wound me, right?
Seriously, Raz, leave it alone. I love a green Christmas tree. Don't you agree, Destiny?
Well, I don't know what the question is, but for you, Penny, the answer is always yes. Hello, Erasmus.
Hello, Destiny.
Sounds like steam escaping. Well, what is this? Did Charlie Brown drop by?
That is our Christmas tree this year.
Oh.
Raz wants to paint it white.
How festive! You know, my friend Rosary just got herself a painted tree. It's all in shades of chartreuse and pink.
Well, that doesn't sound too Christmassy.
It isn't, but it does brighten up a room.
Now, come on, Destiny, back me up here. Don't you prefer a white Christmas tree?
Sorry, Raz, but I get tired of them. When I was a child, my father gave me a bunch of little brushes and told me to paint a tree entirely white.
Heavens, that must have taken forever. How long did it take you to finish it?
Oh, I never did finish it, but it kept me off the streets for 18 years.
It must be talking about dog years.
All right, boys, that's enough. Now, Destiny, tell us what you prefer. A painted tree or a natural forest beauty?
Personally, I prefer mistletoe.
Mistletoe? What's the point? You get under it, and you either kiss somebody you can already kiss, like your lovely darling wife, or you get your face slapped before you can even point it out. It's just poison ivy with berries.
Oh! Just puts him up and see who spends all his time loitering underneath.
Well, this isn't getting our Christmas tree painted now, is it? Say, Destiny, do you still have that paint sprayer you had last Mardi Gras?
As a matter of fact, I do. I was doing some body painting for a friend of mine who's built like a redwood. I imagine it'll work on this little sapling just as well. I'll go downstairs and bring it up.
How all that hair grows out of that solid bone, I'll never know.
Now, Raz, Destiny is awfully sweet. There isn't a mean thought in his head.
Or any other kind.
We are now in the front parlor of Raz and Penny's apartment. Destiny has fetched up the paint sprayer and Raz is pouring in the paint.
Now, Raz, are you sure you know what you're doing there?
It's a paint sprayer, ain't it? It's not brain surgery.
Well, in your case, that's strictly an outpatient procedure. Still, I guess we should call Dr. Brobson.
Dr. Brobson? Why?
When a 200-pound man climbs up a $3 ladder to spray paint a $10 tree, you can bet he's going to need a $5,000 cast.
That 200-pound man would have to be you, Destiny.
Not if you weigh in metric.
Oh, be quiet. I think we're ready. You want to plug me in over there, Destiny?
I would, but I don't want to be named as an accomplice in court.
Oh, just plug in the sprayer, funny boy.
Oh, all right. Hold on. There! You're ready!
Oh, it's all plugged up now. It goes on fine for a moment, then spits out a glob of paint that can knock Chris Owens off her high heels.
Try banging it up and down on the floor.
Okay. Yeah. You know, you don't understand there. I can do this on my own.
No, I'd better stay in case I have to identify the body. Then I would think you're a badly constructed snowman.
All right. That's enough of that. Now, I just need to open it up. Nope.
Yep.
There, we got it. There.
Give it a shot. Go ahead.
Are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Here we go! Oh. No, wait. I think I know what's going on. I just need to open this thing up. Oh!
No, that's no,
Wait!
that's awfully powerful.
Well, boys, how's it go?
Oh.
Oh no, Erasmus K. Thibodaux, what have you done? You have painted the entire parlor white. Where? Why? When? How? Oh, Raz, where are you?
I'm over here, honey.
Where?
Here, you just can't see me for all the paint.
I just have one question.
What is it, dearest?
How did you manage to paint everything in the room except the tree?
Well, it does point up that green tree look you wanted.
Just look at this place. It looks like you detonated Sherwin and Williams.
Together?
Well, we can't have Christmas here now, can we? What are we going to do now, Rembrandt?
Well, now you're both welcome to stay downstairs in my apartment if you don't mind sleeping on the hide-a-bed. It does have a tendency to pack up in the middle of the night, much like many of its former occupants.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Destiny.
Yeah.
But I have a better idea. Darling, you've always wanted to spend Christmas at the Hotel Roosevelt. Yeah, you and Destiny have a good time.
What? Me? And Destiny?
Yeah.
Well, what about you?
There's only one thing worse than calling your stocking.
Mhm.
An angry penny barking up your tree. Oh!
The Thibodaux with Kevin McAllister, Mary Hatch, and Noel Pierrick. Brought to you by the Bayou Folklife and Heritage Museum. Join us again next time for another visit with a favorite family of the French Quarter, the Thibodaux.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and now please welcome our next vocalist, singing Mel Torme's The Christmas Song. Let's hear it for Lily Hodges.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to
Promotional consideration for this program provided by.
Hey, you got that air conditioner working yet?
I'm afraid it's time to replace it.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin?
Yes, Daikin, one of the top-selling brands worldwide.
Daikin?
Yes, Daikin. They're extremely reliable and performance tested.
Oh, honey, so am I. Daikin?
Daikin, super efficient, saving you lots of money on energy bills.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Rescue Wayne's Air and Heat, rescuing you from hot and cold weather and high prices. Call 985-532-6640. Daikin.
And now, folks, Nancy Noel is proud to present 4 young ladies with glorious voices. Accompanied by Hannah Arceneaux, please welcome Hailey Thibodaux, Emma Lodrigue, Brenna Landry, and please welcome back Miss Lily Hodges for Sounds of the Season.
Lockport. Stay tuned for these messages from the Dumont Network. And we're in network, everyone. 5 minutes.
Thank
5
you,
minutes.
5. Please don't let anything else go wrong tonight. Where's Noel? Where's Noel? No. Mary? Mary! Mary, where are you? Mary!
Here I am!
Don't do that! Where's Noel?
He's in his office auditioning talent agents. I think you've created a monster.
It wouldn't be the first time. Oh, has anybody checked on the singers?
Yes, I poked my head in. Everybody's getting along just fine.
Beautiful.
There was talk about decking somebody in a Tannenbaum, but I decided to not ask any further.
That's probably a wise decision.
Say, Kev, do you think we'll make it to the end of the show?
We have to, Mary. I mean, it's not just the advertisers, but we've got all these great performers here. We had this beautiful audience, and we already started the show. It's not like we can put on a rerun at this point. I can't believe Rock Karloff would just desert us on the biggest show of the year.
Why are you surprised? Rock would sell out his own mother, if that house hadn't dropped on her.
It was a mobile home, and there was a tornado. The woman's lucky to be alive.
3 minutes.
Have you forgotten all the times that he's messed things up on purpose?
What?
How about last summer during Peter Pan when Tinkerbell barely survived because Peter wouldn't let the audience clap? Or 2 years ago during Dial M for Murder when the call couldn't come through his overacting. And let's not forget 3 years ago during Oklahoma when that sounded a lot like Alabama.
If you get any closer, you're going to be behind me. Look, I know Rock Karloff has issues,
National Geographic doesn't have that many issues.
but the audience likes him.
That's because the audience doesn't have to work with him.
Oh.
We don't need him. We'll be fine. And besides, Mr. Pierrick was great in the last sketch.
Yeah.
And he'll be great throughout. He'll probably end up the star of the show.
Don't say that. That's how we ended up with Rock Karloff. Do me a favor. Go check on Noel, make sure he's not freaking out. Oh, and get the girls ready. Their segment's coming up.
Okay. Emma, Brenna, girls, places!
Listen, Susan, I didn't get any dinner today. Can you make me a sandwich during intermission?
Yeah, if I do, it'll be your Christmas present.
Don't bother wrapping it.
And we're back in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back to WBPH and our broadcast of the holiday spectacular Nights of Noel. During this exciting season, we often find ourselves looking back on other Christmases in days gone by. Tonight, we'd like to take you back to a remarkable time long ago in our holiday tale, the story of Virginia. The year is 1897, the tail end of the 19th century. The industrial age had brought its wonders both marvelous and terrible in cities like New Orleans, Chicago, and New York City, where our story takes place. Specifically, the home at 115 West 95th Street. This is the home of Dr. Philip O'Hanlon, his lovely wife, and their 8-year-old daughter, Laura Virginia.
That's just Virginia. Thank you, sir.
She preferred to be called by her middle name. Like her father, she was interested in how things really are.
Like my papa always says, stick to the facts.
And,
There's no shortage of bakery in this world.
and most often.
If you don't know for sure, ask somebody who does.
And so it was that Virginia O'Hanlon was raised, to always look for the facts and get the best opinion. By the ripe old age of 8 years, she had learned her lessons well, which is why, on that fateful day in late December, she found herself in a conundrum.
Hey, Virginia! Hi, Maisie. What you doing? Writing my letter to Santa Claus. I'm asking him for a new dolly with eyes that open and close. Wow, they're expensive. There's one in the window at Schwartz's that costs almost $3. That's the one I'm asking for. What are you writing Santa for this year? Well, I haven't written to Santa yet. Maisie, can I tell you something? Sure. What is it, Virginia? Maisie, I'm not sure I believe in Santa Claus anymore. What? Are you a big baby?
No. But I think you are, O'Hanlon. You're just a big baby who still believes in Santa Claus.
She is not, and Santa does too exist.
Oh, ain't that cute, Brenna? The little babies want Santa Claus to bring them some new diapers.
Yeah, maybe he'll bring him a little waddle too.
It's like this, O'Hanlon. It's all a big goof. Parents tell their kids that there's a Santa Claus just to get them out of the way and make them mind. Then, when you go to bed early on Christmas Eve, they're the ones who put out the tree and the presents. Point is, there's no guy in a sleigh and nobody watching you to see if you're naughty or nice. It's all an act, and like a baby, you fell for it.
Joni, if you don't leave us alone, I'll tell your mother on you.
You do, and you'll get what's coming to you.
Go away, or I'll get teacher over here, and she'll fix you. But good.
Ooh, that's not nice, O'Hanlon. Am I gonna have to tell Santa Claus on you? Come on, Brenna.
She burns me up. Virginia, don't you listen to her. She's just being mean. See, some people say he exists, and some say he doesn't. And I don't know what to believe. Well, what are you going to do? I wish I knew, Maisie.
All the way home, little Virginia's mind continued to swim. Who to believe? What was the truth? Where were the answers? She was so distraught when she knocked on the door of their apartment. She sat down on the steps to try and decide what to do. She was still there when her father came home from work.
Hello, Virginia. Are you waiting for me?
Hello.
What's wrong, sweetheart?
I've got a problem, Papa.
Sorry to hear that. Tell you what, it's nearly time for supper. Let's both get inside and we'll talk about it there. Come along, Virginia.
Philip, is that you?
Yes, dear. Your husband and your daughter are home.
Virginia, where have you been? School's been out for hours.
Apparently waiting on the steps for me.
On the steps? Whatever for?
It seems Virginia has something on her mind.
Well, so do I, and that's supper. It's ready now, so Virginia, go get washed up. And Philip, I put the evening sun on the table for you.
Virginia and Dr. O'Hanlon did as they were told. And soon, Mama served supper while Papa read the Evening Sun.
Ah, dear, do you remember Willie Meyer? It says here he finally got that new anesthetic of his into a hospital in Chicago. He's got Tom Davis to thank for that.
That's nice, dear. Drink your milk, Virginia. That's a good girl.
Papa, can I ask
May
you?
I, Virginia?
Sorry. May I ask you a question?
Yes, you may.
Papa, is there really a Santa Claus?
Laura, Virginia, what a question.
Why do you ask, sweetheart?
Well, kids like my friend Maisie, they all believe in Santa. But other kids, the bigger kids, they say he doesn't exist.
It's that Apostado girl, isn't it? I'm gonna have to have a word with her mother tomorrow.
So, what's the truth, Papa?
Virginia, I don't know.
You don't?
No, my dear, there are some things even papas don't know.
Mama, do you believe in Santa Claus?
Yes, Virginia, I do. Philip?
I know, my dear, but like I've always said, you've got to stick to the facts, do the research. There's no shortage of fakery out there these days.
Yes, dear. But how are we to prove that Santa Claus exists?
That is a very good question, my dear.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Well, you should ask the sun.
The sun?
Yes, if you see it in the sun, it is so. I can't think of any authority higher than that.
You want her to write a letter to the sun and ask if there's a Santa Claus?
Absolutely. You should write the editor and ask him. Like I always say, if you don't know for sure, ask somebody who does.
I'm going to write to the sun and ask it to tell me the truth. The honest to goodness truth about Santa Claus. If the sun says there isn't any, I'll believe it. But if it tells me Santa Claus is real, I'll make those girls at school sorry they ever teased me.
We will return for the second half of our Christmas Spectacular. spectacular Knights of Noel and the conclusion of the story of Virginia after this short intermission. Right now, it's time for news over most of these Dumont networks. This is WBPH Lockport.
That's 15 minutes, everybody. 15 minutes.
McAllister! McAllister! Well, what is the meaning of this?
What is the meaning of what?
I just got a letter from Rock Karloff's lawyers. What? He's threatening to stop the show.
Stop the show? Why?
Well, according to he and his lawyers, it says that he co-wrote the show tonight with you, and he hasn't been paid.
Are you kidding me? The only thing Rock Karloff has ever written in his life is his telephone number on a bar napkin.
Let me tell you this, McAllister. This is all your fault. You were supposed to take responsibility for Rock Karloff, and you haven't. You and your whole theater troupe has been trouble for this station ever since you entered this building. I wasn't going to tell you this, but the owners upstairs have been threatening to cancel your show.
Cancel?
Cancel? Now, you either fix this, or you and your cohorts here can all join Rock Karloff with the Phantom and his opera.
Merry Christmas. No, I get it. No, I understand. Yeah, all right. Thanks a lot, Jack. I appreciate it. I owe you one.
Well, what did the lawyer say?
He said it's all a red herring. There's nothing to it. There's nothing that Noel or anybody can do to stop the show. He also said that Rock's lawyer got his degree off the back of a cereal box. I guess this was Rock's last dig at us before leaving town.
Well, that's good, then. We can do the rest of the show.
Well, yeah, but it's not going to save our jobs. Apparently, Rock Shyster of a lawyer also sent the same letter to the owners, and they're not happy about it. We're probably going to be on the unemployment line for Christmas. This is what happens when you give a guy a job. Oh, speaking of our jobs, where's Noel?
I just saw him sweeping around like a silent movie actor with a script. I'll say this for Noel, he kicks up a nice breeze.
Ralph, how far away are we?
3 minutes.
Okay, look, guys. No matter what happens, no matter what else goes wrong, knock wood. I want you to go out and do the best show that we can possibly do. It's probably going to be our last.
Mr. Pierrick, on stage, please. Mr. Pierrick. And we're on in 5, 4, 3, 2. Radio, Bill.
Welcome back to the second half of WBPH's Holiday Spectacular Knights of Noel. We now return to the conclusion of tonight's radio theater offering, The Story of Virginia. The next morning, Dr. O'Hanlon dropped Virginia's letter to the editor of the New York Sun into the postal box on West 95th Street and went about his day. The following morning, Virginia's letter arrived in the mailroom of the New York Sun, along with hundreds of other letters addressed to the editor. The letters were sorted by subject. Decisions were made as to which letters would be answered in the paper and distributed to whatever writers were available to craft a response. And so it happened that little Virginia O'Hanlon's letter arrived on the desk of editor Francis Marcellus Church, delivered by his secretary, Miss Nicholas.
What in the name of Sam Hill is this?
Mr. Dana sent it down to you, Mr. Church. He wants you to answer Miss O'Hanlon's letter for tomorrow's evening's edition.
Now, Francis Church was hardly the man to answer a little girl's question. He had been a Civil War correspondent and had seen not only great suffering, but the slow demise of hope and faith in society that followed. The experience made him cynical. He had no use for superstitions, refusing to attend any church or house of worship on those grounds. He was a pragmatist who told it like it was, the cold, hard, unvarnished truth.
It's from a child, Miss Nicholas. Has the sun now fallen so far in its readership that we have to answer silly letters about Santa Claus?
Mr. Dana's orders were very clear, Mr. Church.
Oh, I'm certain they were. Let old Rum Pot and his little pets upstairs get all the really important work, and I get this childishness? Miss Nicholas, get me Charlie Dana on the phone. Now!
Hello, Miss Grant. Would you connect me to Mr. Dana's office, please?
Charlie Dana. What a piece of work. Huh. From the assistant secretary of war under Grant to becoming an old master collecting porcelains and paintings. What a mess.
Mr. Church for Mr. Dana, please. Mr. Dana, sir.
Dana, this is Church here. What in Sam Hill are you playing at, sending me a child's letter to editorialize?
That's the assignment, Church. Answer it.
How is this news?
As my predecessor said, when a dog bites a man, that's not news because it happens so often. But when a man bites a dog, that's news. Bite that dog, Church.
Dana, this is the most insipid, idiotic thing you've ever done.
No, that was hiring you, Church. You either complete this assignment or I'll have you out on the street selling our papers instead of writing for it. Understood?
All right, I'll do it. But I don't want my name on this. Do you understand? Is that clear?
Like rainwater. Now, get to work.
That old radical. Still chasing fairy tales.
May I see the letter, Mr. Church?
Sure, why not?
How are you going to answer Miss O'Hanlon, sir?
The same way I answer every letter. With the facts, of course.
Oh, but you can't do that, Mr. Church.
And why not, Miss Hanlon?
Because it isn't right, sir. Everyone needs something to believe in, especially children.
I don't believe in anything, Miss Hanlon.
Sorry, sir, but you do. You believe in the truth.
Yes, I do. So it's settled then.
But the truth of a grown man is very different from the truth of a little girl. When you were a boy, didn't you believe in Santa Claus?
No, Miss Nicholas, I did not.
And did you have a happy childhood, sir?
I had a childhood. I don't know if I would call it happy.
What about the other children you grew up with? Were they happy?
So I was told, but I don't see how...
Did your little friends believe in Santa Claus?
Oh, yes, they most certainly did. They were all such little fools back then. All chirping idiotically about what Santa was bringing them for Christmas. Laughing and such, and...
Where are you going, Mr. Church?
Miss Nicholas, if anyone asks for me in the next few hours, tell them I've gone to the North Pole.
And so, for the rest of the day, Francis Church walked around New York City, debating with himself over what to write. Should he stay true to the facts, or indulge a little girl's fantasy for the rest of the world to see? He watched children, staring inside shop windows, walking with their parents and siblings, and he listened as he passed. Late that afternoon, he took up a place on a bench in Central Park, watching a group of children playing, when a little girl came up to him and asked,
Excuse me, mister. May I sit here for a moment? I've got a stone in my shoe.
Yes.
Thank you.
Say, little girl, may I ask you a question?
Yes, sir?
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
I don't know, mister.
I thought all little girls believed in Santa.
Some do, but some don't. That's why I don't know.
Well, tell me, why don't your little friends believe in him?
Well, some kids think only babies believe in Santa. They say that grown-ups just make up stories about Santa to make kids behave and go to bed early, so the grown-ups don't have them in the way all the time.
Sensible policy.
But my other friends say Santa is real, and they believe it with all their hearts.
Very interesting. Now tell me, would you say that the children who don't believe in Santa are happy?
They don't seem too happy, unless they're teasing the little kids who do believe in Santa. But that seems to be the only time.
And your little friends who do believe in Santa, are they happy?
Oh yes, sir. All the kids I know are very happy when Santa comes. If he does come.
Tell me, child, are you happy?
I'm afraid I don't know that either.
I see.
Well, I have to get home before it gets dark. Thanks for letting me step by you, mister.
Francis Church left the park with this new information and headed back to the offices of the New York Sun. He worked into the night on his editorial, typing and retyping it until it was completed. Just before the midnight deadline, he turned it in, unsigned, to the assistant night editor and went home alone. The next day, little Virginia O'Hanlon was back in school just a few days before Christmas. She could barely concentrate on her schoolwork, wondering what the sun would tell her about Santa Claus. Just as she had done a few days earlier, she waited for her father to come home on the front steps at 115 West 95th Street. At last, he arrived at home, a copy of the Evening Sun under his arm.
Papa!
Hello, Virginia. How's my little girl today?
Papa, did the sun answer my letter?
Let's go inside and find out. Come along. Dearest, I'm home.
Oh, hello, dear. Welcome home. Virginia's been waiting for you since school got out. Did you get a copy of the paper?
Yes, I did.
Can we read it now, Papa? Please?
Ask your mother.
We have a few minutes before supper's ready. All right.
Oh, thank you, Mama.
And so, the O'Hanlon family sat down at the dining room table and spread out the Evening Sun. And there, 7 letters down, beneath an article on a new chainless bicycle, was Virginia's letter and response. It read,
Dear Editor, I'm 8 years old. Some of my little friends say there is no Santa Claus. Papa says, if you see it in the sun, it's so. Please tell me the truth. Is there a Santa Claus? Virginia O'Hanlon.
Virginia, your little friends are wrong. They've been affected by the skepticism of a skeptical age. They do not believe except they see. They think that nothing can be which is not comprehensible by their little minds. All minds, Virginia, whether they be men or little children, are tiny. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. He exists as certainly as love and generosity and devotion exist, and you know that they abound and give to your life its highest beauty and joy. Alas, how dreary would the world be if there were no Santa Claus? It would be as dreary as if there were no Virginias. There would be no childlike faith then, no poetry, no romance to make tolerable this existence. We should have no enjoyment except in sense and sight. The eternal light with which childhood fills the world would be extinguished. Not believe in Santa Claus? You might as well not believe in fairies. You might get your papa to hire men to watch in all the chimneys on Christmas Eve to catch Santa Claus. But even if they did not see Santa Claus coming down, what would that prove? Nobody sees Santa Claus, but that is no sign that there is no Santa Claus. The most real things in the world are those that neither children nor men can see. Did you ever see fairies dancing on the lawn? Of course not. But that's no proof that they're not there. Nobody can conceive or imagine all the wonders there are unseen and unseeable in the world. Only faith, fancy, poetry, love, romance can push aside that curtain to the unseeable and picture the supernal beauty and glory beyond. Is it all real? Ah, Virginia, in all this world there is nothing else more real and abiding. No Santa Claus? Thank God he lives, and he lives forever. 1,000 years from now, Virginia, nay, 10,000 years from now, he will continue to make glad the heart of childhood.
Grazie plena
of Noel after these messages. This is WBPH Lockport. All right, we're in network. 3 minutes, 3 minutes.
Noel, that was absolutely fantastic.
Mr. Pierrick, you were wonderful.
Yes, I was.
Tell us, Noel, have you spoken to the owners about the show yet?
Oh, yes. I was speaking to them upstairs, and, you know, they kind of said that I should focus more on my acting and less of the stage managing. So what
Did
else?
they now?
Yeah, what other choice do I have? But I had to agree. I mean, after all, it would be a shame to deprive this audience of my talents. This is what I say. Sorry.
Yeah, Ralph?
We've got a problem. We're
It's a
missing
surprise.
commercial. We're missing a commercial.
No, which one?
Two friends heating and cooling. There's no place for it in the show now.
No, we can't miss that. That's one of our big supporters. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, it's coming up. That's it. That's what we'll do.
Wait, what are we doing? What's going on?
The great unanswered questions of our time.
45 seconds.
Kevin, 45 seconds! Come on!
Angela. Okay, that's what we'll do. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's Christmas.
That's right here. We're ready. Let's go.
Okay, places. Ready in 5, 4, 3, 2. And promotional consideration for this program provided by the Pioneer Production Services, provider of local oilfield labor contractors, with offices between Lockport and LaRose. We are currently accepting applications for production operators and marine riggers. Put your hand down, Stacy. For more information, see Carrie Pierce at Bayou Playhouse Business Office.
Thank you very much, Ralph. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome back to the stage another one of our performers for a very special number. Please welcome back Angela Jones.
I really can't
It's
stay.
cold outside.
I gotta go
It's
away.
cold outside.
This evening has
Hoping
been
that you
so
drop in.
very nice.
I'll take your hands. Ooh, they're just like
My
ice.
mother will start to worry.
Angela, what's your
My father
hurry?
will be pacing the floor.
Listen to that heater just
So
roar.
really, I'd better
Angela,
scurry.
please don't
Well,
hurry.
maybe just a half a drink more.
But some restaurants a lot
The
more.
neighbors might think,
Baby, it's bad out there.
say what's in this
No
drink.
cabs to be had out there.
I wish I knew
Your eyes are my
how
starlight
to
now.
break this spell.
I'll take your hand. Don't her hair look
I
swell?
ought to say no,
Mind if I
sir.
move in
At least I'm
closer?
gonna say that I tried.
What's the sense of hurting my
I
mind?
really can't
Baby,
stay.
don't hold out.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Maybe it is cold outside, so give the phrase heating and cooling a call at 532-5841 if you're stuck with an old, ineffective heater. Proudly servicing the Tri-Parish area for 30 years.
I simply must go.
Baby, it's cold outside.
The answer is
But
no.
baby, it's cold outside.
This evening has
How
been
lucky that you
so
dropped in.
nice and warm.
Got a brand new heater from Dufresne.
This will
The
be
heat it makes
suspicious.
is
My
delicious.
brother will be there at the door.
Like you're on a tropical
My
shore.
maiden aunt's mind is vicious.
5 years and 0
And
finance.
maybe just a cigarette more.
Never such a good deal before.
I gotta get home.
Baby, you'll freeze out there.
Say, lend me your coat.
No heat for your knees out there.
You've really been great.
I thrilled and I called you
But
friend.
don't you see?
They did such lovely things for me.
It's bound to be talk tomorrow.
Think of my lifelong
At
sorrow.
least there will be plenty implied.
If you caught pneumonia and
I really can't
you
say.
breaks it all out.
Baby, it's
warm inside. Excellent job, ladies and gentlemen. And now, folks, we'd like to take you on a little trip around. Hey,
Say, Kevin,
yeah.
what did you ask Santa for this Christmas?
Oh, come on now, Mary. You know I don't. do
What
that.
did you ask Santa for?
A red Mini Cooper. Every single year. Susan, how about you? What are you asking Chris Kringle for?
A rich man with poor eyesight.
Oh.
And the Saints to win the Super Bowl, right?
Ralph?
I asked for a new clipboard. That's all.
Oh. Oh, well, Noel, how about you? Is there a letter up in the North Pole with your name on it?
I ask for the same thing every year.
What's that?
A 10-pound box of 20s.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Mary, how about you? What did you ask Santa for this year?
Peace on earth, goodwill towards all.
Oh, that's dull.
And probably why your Christmas parties are such a snooze.
Yeah.
Will you stop that? As it just so happens, I put together a little party for everyone over here.
Really?
You put a party together?
I did.
You did?
I did. You know those little girls that we heard earlier in the story of Virginia?
Yes, yes, they were excellent.
Well, they sing.
They do.
Do
Yes,
they?
they
Did
do.
you know that?
I know, right? So we've set up a little Christmas concert right over here.
Well, fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage Brenna Landry, Lily Hodges, Ty and Hailey Thibodaux, and special guest.
Special guest.
Well,
like
let's
special
bring them out,
guest.
folks.
Yeah.
Come on out. Special guest.
Wow! Mommy's kissing Santa Claus! I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus underneath the under your Christmas tree this year? What about you? Where's Santa Claus? Have you been naughty or nice? You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly, rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way.
Hey, just like we practiced. Come
We
on.
didn't practice. You didn't show up to practice.
I'm Mr. I'm Christmas, I'm Mr. Snow. I'm Mr. Icicle, I'm Mr. Templo. Friends call me Snow Miser, whatever I touch turns to snow in my clutch. I'm
care at
too
all.
much. Stop talking while I'm singing, it's not
We didn't
light.
make this clear.
It's your turn, sing!
Mr. White Christmas, he's Mr. Snow. He's Mr. Icicle, he's Mr. Thibodaux.
Friends call me Snow Miser, whatever I touch turns to snow in my clutch. I'm too much. I never wanna know a day that's over 40 degrees. I'd rather have it 30, 20, 10, 5, let it freeze. You need to stop. This is really making me look bad.
What?
No, you need to really cut it out.
He's Mr. White Christmas, he's Mr. Snow.
I'm Mr. Icicle, I'm Mr. Thibodaux. Friends call me Snow Miser, whatever you touch turns to snow in your clutch. I'm too much. Okay, one more time, I swear
I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna
We
tell
didn't make it clear. Just struggle to get these on.
Sing!
I'm Mr. Green Christmas, I'm
Can you
Mr.
try?
He's very kind.
I'm Mr. Heat Blister, I'm Mr.
Wow.
Friends call me Heat Miser, whatever I touch.
This is what I love to work with.
Melt in my
You didn't
cup.
know the words. He's
I'm
too much. Let me show you how it's done.
Oh, really?
He's Mr. Green
Show me
Christmas.
how it's
He's
done.
Mr. Sun. He's Mr. Heat Blister. He's Mr. 101.
Friends call me
That's your turn.
Miser, whatever I touch.
I can do it. I'll be good.
Starts to melt in my clutch.
He's too much.
I never wanna know a day that's under 60 degrees. I'd rather have it 80, 90,
Don't touch
100
me.
degrees.
At least I'm mom's favorite.
Oh yeah, really? Keep telling yourself that.
It's on. I'm Mr. White Christmas.
I'm Mr. Snow.
I'm Mr. Icicle. I'm Mr. Thibodaux.
Friends
Call me Snow Miser.
whatever I touch.
Turns to snow in my clutch. You know the words. I'm too much.
That was my part.
I don't
You
believe
decided
it.
to
I
steal
didn't
it.
make
But
that
it
one.
didn't
I
work
didn't
with that.
make
It
that
was
one.
my part.
I am never working
No,
with you again.
I was trying to say this.
Thank you very much.
What is this?
Here we go. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. A jingle bell time, and a jingle bell time. Blowing on bushels of fire. Now the jingle hop has begun. A jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells time and jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square, yeah. In the frosty air, yeah, yeah. What a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Yeah, yeah. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go riding in one horse sleigh. Giddy up a jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the climb. Mix and mingle, that's the jingle and beat. That's the jingle bell rock.
How you doing tonight, folks? Good to see you. Nice to see you down here at the beautiful Bayou Playhouse in Lockport, Louisiana. Hello, ma'am. How you doing tonight? I'd like you to make me a fried peanut butter and egg sandwich. Good right now. All right, folks, let's go. Sing it with me.
In the frosty air, yeah, yeah, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Yeah, yeah, jingle bell time is a swell time. Here we go. Go riding in one horse sleigh. Giddy up a jingle horse, so pick up your feet. Jingle around the glide, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mix and mingle, that's a jingle and beat. That's the jingle bell. Come on. That's the jingle bell. That's the jingle bell rock.
Thank you very much.
And we'll be back with the conclusion of the Nights of Noel after these messages. You're listening to WBPH, the Lockport. 2 minutes, everyone.
Thank you, too. What was that?
You booked him?
No, I didn't. Well, I guess I did. All right, look. I think we may have won the battle, but I don't know if we've won the war yet.
Well,
I mean, we know they're keeping Noel, but what about the rest of us?
don't say that. They might keep us. They might.
And I'm a size 6.
Where is Noel anyway? Noel!
I don't know what I'll do if I lose this job too. I'm barely scraping by.
What is your other job, Ralph?
I just told you, scraping by.
McAllister!
Remover.
McAllister! You're not McAllister. McAllister! Thanks to those amazing singers and my amazing performance, evidently. The owners have decided to keep your show.
All of us?
Well, yes, they decided on all of you.
Yes.
We've been talking about this, but they decided that I really, truly need to focus on my acting and not my station managing. So, of course, I had to agree.
So the only way that we're staying on the air is if we keep you. That's great.
We're going to do great things together, McAllister!
That's absolutely true.
It's
You
great.
stay right there. Mary, can I talk to you for just a minute? Is Phantom still hiring? Are we ready?
Places, people. We're back in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Thank you, everybody, and good night.